let's see if I can make a useful video here. This is a X7. It's got a frozen finish, so it's a matte finish, and I have a lot of frozen finish videos, and with a proven method for me from PPG with the global finishing clear coat. But recently PPG has come out with a new one, a new system that is a lot easier. I'm sure many of you know it, but I was reluctant to use it for a long time until I had the time necessary to put into it and make sure that it works for me, because I was so bought into the... Are you recording? Yeah. I was so bought into the other one, right? The global refinishing, the PPG, but it's global refinishing. And you know, I got tons of videos on that, and it worked amazing. It worked every time, and it was just very reliable and consistent, which when you hear very reliable and consistent in our industry, you have to hold on to it. But as part of learning, as part of getting better as a human being, we have to learn to expand our minds and learn to adapt. So I decided to give it a try a few months ago, and it turned out that it was actually better than what I was using, believe it or not. So, you know, sometimes we think that what we're doing or whatever is like the best thing in the world, and we don't think it could get any better, and then it does. So that's awesome. So I just washed it with water cleaner and degreaser. This thing's acting up. I'm gonna get my favorite one. Because that one is acting up. So I've been using the Welcome Zero Static Gun, and you can get this at motivatedpainters.com. This one right here, and they work amazingly, and it's all protected, so I can't tell you how many times I've dropped it now. And the tip is plastic, the tip, so I don't really fear scratching anything. The other one, although it works really well, sometimes I've gone too close and then scratch something, and it's a pretty deep scratch. So with this one, at least I don't have to worry about scratching. So with a matte finish, if you're usually careful with your paint job, you have to be extremely careful with the matte finisher, and extra meticulous. Sorry for the noise. I'm using this little DJI mic mini. Hopefully it's better. So yeah, you have to be very careful. You have to clean everything, blow everything, and then do it all over again, just to make sure that you're not going to miss anything and everything's going to be clean, because there's no polish in this, right? The paint polish matte finish. Not yet anyways. I haven't seen anything yet. But so we're going to make sure we blow this really well, so that we can minimize the risk of dust blow myself off really well. Okay. And I'm using Welcome 1.2 for the wet bed at 25 psi, and I'm gonna go just like maybe a foot from where the repair is. I'm gonna go up here. You want to lay this down nice and even, nice, just so you don't run into any problems. Here, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna be blending. I'm gonna try my best to keep it extremely small. If I can stay underneath that body line, that would be awesome. Over here, I'm working on a sprayer card, and I'm using for base 1.3 Welcome Halo. Amazing gun, honestly. If you haven't tried one of these, I highly recommend. So since I'm gonna try to keep it small here, I'm gonna keep my gun at 21 psi, and let me just move this. I just want to make sure that you guys could see. Okay, can you see? Kind of. I'm gonna go like this, and I'm going to just twist it a little bit like this. And if I have to change the angle, I will. Hey, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something. Yeah. So, because the small spot, I'm gonna keep it at 21 psi. Okay, and I'm just gonna play around with the trigger. Okay, this is PPG 1 visit modifier. So I'm gonna try to just do a 1 visit. So just come in here one time, but we'll see what happens. Okay. Now I'm gonna bring it up to 27 psi, and I'm gonna do half trigger, and I'm gonna blend it out, right, with the half trigger. Blend it out, just like that. I'm gonna bring it back down to 21 psi. I'm gonna wait a few seconds until the blue hue goes away. We don't want the edges to start drying on us, just the middle here. That's it. And then a full control code here. Right? Maybe half trigger, maybe even less, okay? So just like that. Boom. I'm gonna bake this. Beautiful. I'm gonna bake it, and then we'll be back to clear it. Yeah. All right, this is the stuff I was talking about. EC 5515 and EC 5517. This is semi-gloss clear, and this is matte clear. These so they work together to make the different shades. So I'm doing FCO2, which is what I always use for BMWs, and it's worked amazing. So it basically those two components, and then I use the 5075 hardener, and then I use the 85 reducer, and it's been working so well that it's awesome. Earlier today I was doing another job, matte finish, and yeah, it just works well. It's very foolproof. I even did, even when doing hoods, big panels, you never see streaks or anything like that. You just put it on like regular clear, right? But yeah, I'll show you how we do it, okay? Yeah, okay. So, got the base down. Nice. Okay. Everything's looking good so far. So yeah, so like I showed you, that was the stuff that I've been using now, EC5515 and EC5517, FCO2, and it's been working really nice. One thing I will caution you to is not to over agitate it. Do not mix that stuff too much. Some will say don't mix it at all until you use it, and then mix it really well with the stir stick and all that. So that, because what happened to me recently was that I guess I like, maybe it came, or maybe it was frozen before or something, but anyways, it was all seedy, and it looked all like it had dirt nibs on it. And I did a bunch of spiral carts and confirmed that it was both of them, both brand new. They did that. So PPG's gonna have to deal with that one. But yeah, so I tested this one before with that spiral cart I showed you from the gas tank from that motorcycle that I was painting. And anyway, so you put it on normal, as normal clear. It goes on nice and shiny, so you can actually see what you're doing, which is nice. So it goes on shiny. It is a little bit thicker than regular clear, which is nice because you can put it on a little bit heavier, which you kind of need it sometimes, because if there's a dirt nib or something. I wouldn't recommend, if there's a big dirt nib, to just keep piling on the clear, because it'll probably never go matte. So, but anyway, so we let that flash off until it goes completely matte. There is one little piece of thing right on the edge that I'm going to just pick out, just because I don't like it. Boom. Boom. Perfect. Awesome. Love it. Sometimes, no matter what you do, things do that. Okay. See? Nice and flat. That's what you want. And then you go and hammer on the second coat. 30 psi. I'm using a 1.2 Halo. I used to have a 1.3. I have a 1.3 that I used to use with the other clear coat, but with this one it's not necessary because it's a little thinner. Okay? But we're gonna put it on same as you put on normal clear. Now this stuff, although it is a little bit thick, it's not as thick as the Global finishing clear, right? So this stuff you can actually run. The Global finished one, it was very difficult to run. So I do caution that. I do caution you with that. Okay? Don't hammer this stuff on. It's thicker than normal clear, but it's not that much thicker, okay? I don't want you to be like, oh, Gabriel said this stuff thick, and then when I put it on, it ran all over the place. Okay? Don't do it. Okay? So all you want is a smooth finish. Oh. Alright. So we're gonna let that flash off, and then we'll bake it. We're gonna bake this the same way that you would bake 530. So we're gonna bake it 165 for 30 minutes or so. But it looks great. Blend looks great. Love it. I'll show you once it's baked, okay? Sometimes I do get lucky and the job turns out nice. There'll be a YouTube on this one. Just wanted to show you what clear coat I use. Whew, not bad at all.